Paul Gallen versus Kris Terzievski. Um, I told myself I was gonna wake up early this morning to watch this event live from Australia. I ended up sleeping for 12 hours. Oh man, I don't know why I slept for 12 hours. I remember waking up from my alarm, but I went back to sleep, and oh my goodness, I can't believe I missed out on this fight. But anyway, I saw the highlights. The highlights are here on YouTube. There's like a 10-minute video highlight of the fight, and fight went the distance. It went the whole 10 rounds, and as you guys can see, Kris Terzievski ended up winning the fight by unanimous decision. All three judges had it in his favor, 97, 92, all in favor of Kris. There was a point deduction sometime in the second half of the fight because of Kris pushing. The referee deducted a point, but it was all Kris using his jab, controlling the fight, fighting in range, controlling the range, and his movement as well. Paul Gallen struggled to get in the inside, struggled to work the inside, and it was just all bad for Paul Gallen in this fight. The style of Kris was just too much for him. The boxing IQ of Kris was just too much for him. It was just a little too much for Paul Gallen. He was getting hit with some big shot after big shot. There was one super uppercut that landed that, surprisingly, Paul Gallen was able to take pretty well, because that was the uppercut that he winded up really, and he still took it pretty well. So yeah, it was all Kris pretty much, at least based off the 10-minute video highlight of the fight. It was all Kris just really controlling this fight, and Paul Gallen fighting Kris's fight. Paul Gallen, I don't know honestly what he could have done different. He's very limited with his boxing skills, and if you guys all know, he started boxing a little late. He's already 40 years old. I mean, his biggest shot here was to land something big, and obviously he wasn't able to land it, and he suffered his second loss in his pro career. It's not the end of the world. I think Paul Gallen's probably going to fight one more time, probably. Obviously, he's probably on his way out in boxing, but he hasn't taken that much punishment in the sport of boxing. I'm sure there's still some fights out there in Australia that a lot of the Australian fight fans would like to see. Not necessarily fight fans, but Australian sports fans would like to see. I'm not from Australia, so I don't know. I mean, I imagine that people demanded this fight, or did people want this fight? I'm not sure, to be honest. Also, but I'm sure there's maybe some fighter in Australia in the domestic scene that would be a good fight for Paul Gallen. So it's not the end of the world. I mean, at the post-fight stuff, they look like they're really good friends, and they were hanging out in the couch. So just the sportsmanship between the two, you gotta respect that. So with Kris, big win for him. 32 years old now, 11-1, one draw, 8 wins coming by way of knockout TKO. He successfully defended the Australian National Federation Australasian heavyweight title, and he also won the vacant Australian heavyweight title. So he has that belt. He's Australian champ. I honestly would like to see him fight Justice Uni, who, by the way, has a fight coming up against Joseph Goodall. I keep forgetting to make a video about that. Or maybe I have. No, I don't think I have yet. But yeah, I'll make another video about that in the near future. Yeah, I'd like to see him fight Justice Uni. I think that would be a pretty good fight, if you ask me. So why not? Why not? And yeah, again, it was a very good win for Terzievski. Going into this fight, I didn't see any footage of him going into this fight, so it was kind of hard to predict this fight. I was obviously going with the A-side fighter, Paul Gallen. But Kris definitely proved me wrong. And he can box. I mean, he can box. He was doing a very good job fighting from the outside, moving when he needed to get out of range from Paul Gallen. He did a very, very good job. I like what I saw from Kris Terzievski, and I look forward to seeing his next fight. And I think he wasn't that active. Oh no, actually he was active last year. No, this is Justice Uni's page. Yeah, he fought once last year, and this is his second fight this year. So hopefully he becomes more active this year. But anyway, looking forward to the future. Paul Gallen, if he retires, that's fine too. I'm sure he made a lot of money fighting in boxing and in rugby as well. But if he decides to fight again, I'm sure people will still tune in. I mean, people still tuned in after he lost to Justice Uni, so I think people will still continue to watch him. Obviously, maybe not as hyped up as before, but I think there's still a decent crowd that will still support his fights. At least I think so. Anyway, let me know what you guys think. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. And like always, have a great day. Alright, thanks.